Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Tuesday edition of the Movie Morning News Update. We got some fun stuff. Not a whole lot of stories, but we do have something from the Russos, Russo Brothers, talking about their reasoning for Avengers Doomsday. Are we putting a pause between Doom and Doomsday? Or is it just Avengers Doomsday? As well as Secret Wars. And of course, our new releases for this week. So we got a couple little things to touch on. I hope you're having a great Tuesday. Hope you're ready to get caught up on this. So grab you a cup of coffee and let's get caught up on some movie news. That is a great cup. You can get it in the shop. In case I forgot to say that. Moving on. Via Empire Online, Ben Travis writes, The Russos on why they're returning for Avengers Secret Wars. Quote, that's a story we need to tell. 2025 is set to be a big year for Marvel after largely taking a year off in 2024, accepting the casual box office mega smash that was Deadpool and Wolverine. What about Agatha all along? That Ben Travis. Yeah, there's a couple of Marvel things. The MCU is back with 3 major movies in the coming months. The long-awaited Captain America Brave New World, misanthropic team-up movie Thunderbolts**, and at long last, the arrival of Marvel's first family in The Fantastic Four: First Steps. I'll be honest, I forgot that was this year. I am, stupid excited now. To be completely honest. I knew it was coming. I forgot. That's 6 months away. That's freaking crazy. We're going to get a trailer soon. Oh my God. And that's just the beginning. The current Marvel slate all leads up to Avengers Secret Wars in 2027. An outing not only bringing the return of Robert Downey Jr. this time as Doctor Doom, but also reuniting Marvel with director duo Joe and Anthony Russo and screenwriter Stephen McFeely. The A-Team is back in a big way. Not that returning to the MCU was an obvious move. Endgame was the end, and it took a little time for us to begin to think about it something other than an end. Anthony Russo tells Empire in a major new interview. For the gang, Marvel was never too far away, even after they all left. We're very close with Kevin and Lou and the entire Marvel team, and we've had conversations through the years. We've talked about a lot of ideas, Anthony Russo says, and then inspiration was for Secret Wars struck. Really, what happened was we ended up stumbling upon an idea that activated all of us. You can see it coming until you can't. You couldn't see it coming until it came, and once it came, it was well, that's a story we need to tell. Always happens when you see it coming. It wasn't always a sure thing that the Russos and McFeely would return. Marcus is absent this time, keeping projects running at the Russos' AGBO production company. Quote, there were ideas that we were trying to wrap our heads around that preceded this one, and we just never found the story, Joe Russo admits. But it all gelled when McFeely hit on how the Secret Wars comics arc might work in MCU form. I remember calling Steve and said, hey, crazy idea. What do you think if we all go back and do Secret Wars? Joe Russo says. You were like, quote, F no, absolutely not. And then you hung up, and then the next morning at 7:30 you called and we're like, all right, I have an idea. Roll call, the MCU's creative Avengers are assembling once more. Read Empire's full interview and their MCU movies on sale Thursday, January the 16th. So there you go. They also have a new movie, Electric State, which it mentions, but we're not going to talk about that. So what do we think? I'm assuming they're talking about the more recent Secret Wars. I can't imagine they'd be doing all this to do the original Secret Wars. Though maybe they are. Maybe I'm just wrong. I mean, Doom has to play a part, right? Like, Robert Downey Jr. as Doom has to be something. I mean, what if, like, I don't want this to happen, but, like, what if it's really Tony? Tony! You know? Like, I mean, we saw him at the end, he snapped, and, you know, and he died. But, like, what if he didn't die? Like, I mean, you know, they buried him, but, like, what if his consciousness, like, what if he did something? I mean, he had the Infinity Stones, for God's sakes. He could literally do anything. So what if Doom is not a variant of Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark? What if that just is? I don't know. I don't think that's going to be it. I just like to spitball some ideas, you know. But it's interesting that they did not want to do it until they come up with one idea that hit them and was like, okay, you know what? We got to do that. Very curious. Very curious what that could be. Let me know in the chat. What do you think it is? What do you think the big idea is? I mean, surely it's more than just getting Robert Downey Jr. back, right? It's got to be more than that. I don't know what more it could be. I will say, though, I'm excited. I think with Captain America Brave New World coming out, we're going to see some, oddly enough, we're going to see kind of a return to like pre-Endgame MCU, which I think will be nice. And, you know, Red Hulk, all that stuff. That looks great. Thunderbolts looks really good. And then, what was the other one? Can't remember. Oh, yeah. Fantastic Four. Duh. So, I mean, I feel like we're doing good. This whole saga, this whole multiverse saga has been kind of all over the place. And so it's really hard to find footing. Like, even in the first three arcs, the Infinity War arc, rather, it seems like it made more sense. And, like, even when things weren't directly leading into each other, still felt like you kind of understood the pieces and, like, where we were setting things up, you know? And, like, with the multiverse story, I've never really felt like I had my footing, you know? I've enjoyed a lot of the movies in this, but, like, it just never felt cohesive in a way that I feel like the Infinity Saga had that kind of through line that really felt, you know, like it made sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking about my head. But I hope, especially by the time we get to Fantastic Four, I think that'll be the thing that really gets us in motion, especially given Doctor Doom. I'm assuming Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom is going to pop up. Probably a post-credit scene. I don't think he'll be a main player in the movie. Maybe not a complete post-credit scene, but maybe something that happens, you know, prior. I feel like we got to see that, right? Like, you know, if we, it's Fantastic Four and it's Doctor Doom, like, I feel like it has to start there. And I mean, to go, especially if you go into Doomsday having not seen Doctor Doom at all, like, that just feels, I mean, I guess technically they did Ultron that way, where, like, Ultron just is there, you know. But, like, I feel like you want to set that up before you get into the movie that's all about that. Because if Age of Ultron is the movie you're aiming to be liked, then we got some big trouble. But let me know what you think. What's your idea of what's going to happen to get us into Doomsday and Secret Wars? Very curious. I'm actually thinking I might go back and read the 2015, I think is when it came out, the Secret Wars. I think I should read that. Just see what happened. Like, I got a fairly clear understanding of it, but I feel like it could come in handy just having that bank of knowledge to rely on, you know? Anyway, second story, all the new releases coming out. So, not a lot of digital. not a whole lot of digital stuff coming out, so not really anything to point to. But of course, it's Tuesday, which means it's Doomsday. 4K's Day. Nope. Sorry, that was terrible. So, coming out today, we got Inglorious. I don't know if I can say that. I'm trying not to get the explicit rating. So I'll just say Quentin Tarantino's movie from 2009 that starts with the word Inglorious. You all know what I'm talking about. It hits 4K. We also got a Snowpiercer steelbook. Chinatown 4K, Once Upon a Time in the West 4K, it looks like. Incubus 4K. Is that like the band? Let's see here. Inglorious Blu-ray. Godzilla -1 hits 4K. That's awesome. God, has it not been on 4K Blu-ray already? Yeah, it has. It has to just be like a cheaper print, like instead of like a deluxe edition or something. Rumpelstiltskin 4K. We got Icons Unearthed Marvel. I don't know what that is. JoJo Dancer, This Is Your Life. Yeah, I don't really see anything else worth pointing out, but I mean, there you go. There's a couple of pickups for you. Remember, we'll have the links to all these in the description and in the pinned comment. So if you plan on picking up any of them, be sure and use our link because it is an affiliate link and that helps support the channel. So we appreciate that. Also coming out this week, so I believe all the rest of these come out on January 16th, which is Thursday. So Harley Quinn Season 5 premieres on Thursday. It's the newly single Harley Quinn sent off to make it on her own as a criminal queenpin in Gotham City. So this is just the original description. This is not for Season 5. I've never watched Harley Quinn, but I did see like a little preview for the new season. And like it's her and Poison Ivy, spoilers, I guess. And they're in Metropolis. Like that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. And Superman's there. Also premiering on Thursday, we got the season 2 premiere of XO Kitty. It is a spinoff of the To All the Boys I Loved Before franchise. Kitty, the youngest of the Covey sisters, embarks on a quest to find true love. I did not watch season 1 of this, but I did watch To All the Boys I've Loved Before. I watched all 3 of them. I liked the first one probably the best. They're fun. You know, I'm definitely not the target demographic for this. But there's a spin-off series, so there you go. Also hitting Netflix on Thursday, we got Castlevania Nocturne Season 2 premiere. During the French Revolution, vampire hunter prodigy Richard Belmont fights to uphold his family's legacy and prevent the rise of ruthless, power-hungry vampires. So, Castlevania, of course, the video game. Season 2. Again, I never really played Castlevania. Know about it. Like, I know what Castlevania is. I just never really got into it. And never really watched the show either. And then lastly, premiering on Thursday on Peacock, we got SNL 50 Beyond Saturday Night. A behind-the-scenes look at some of the most iconic hallmarks of Saturday Night Live, pulling back the curtain on everything from the writer's room to the famed audition process. So, this is a 4-part docuseries. I believe this is just the first part of that. I don't know which one this focuses on, but I know like there's multiple different ones that they're going to be doing. And one of them's just about the auditions. I love how this screen recorder is just going all screwy. So I'm just gonna go back into full screen because that's it for those stories. But yeah, I'm definitely super interested. I love all the behind the scenes stuff for SNL. I think it's such a legacy show. Like, how does a show last 50 years like this? And I know obviously there was like Doctor Who and things like that. But I mean, especially like a variety show with a rotating cast, like that goes live weekly. Like, how does a show make it that far, you know? So anything I can see about behind the scenes, I always love watching. There was a documentary I forget the dude's name. The guy that made it sucks, but luckily he's not in it. But only for a second. But it's just he followed around the crew and the cast for a week, preparing for SNL, and it was great. I think it was on Hulu the last when it first came out. I don't know if it's still on Hulu or if it went to NBC, Peacock. I'm not sure, but it's really good. It's really good. Definitely recommend it. But yeah, let me know what you think about SNL 50 or all these other releases. Is there anything coming out that you're excited for? Anything that you're going to pick up? Anything that you're going to watch? Should I watch anything that I said I haven't watched? Here's all the questions. Please give me a detailed comment with all the answers. I'm joking. No, definitely keep the conversation going in the comments. I appreciate it. And hey, if you're over on the podcast services, please leave us a 5-star review. I would greatly appreciate that. That helps, all the algorithms know, hey, other people like me should check this out because I really like it. But yeah, that's it, everybody. We're going to be back again tonight, going back to Smallville, talking about the season 6 episode Labyrinth, the one where they do a shot-for-shot remake of the movie Labyrinth. And then, of course, I'll be back again tomorrow with another edition of Movie Mornings. But that's going to wrap it up for us, everybody. Quick and easy. That's what we like around here. That's what she said. All right. Thanks for watching. And as always, have a hopefully awesome day. Goodbye.